Hi everybody. Well, our cakes are cooled and ready for icing, so I'm now going to show you how to make a very basic but absolutely delicious creamy cream cheese butter icing. And it's very simple, and although lots of recipes you see will say add vanilla essence, add butter, the best one is just cream cheese and icing sugar. The secret is to drain the excess liquid off your cream cheese. I'm using Philadelphia today, but I have to say the best one for this is actually the cheap ones from the cheap supermarkets like Lidl and Aldi. They seem to have less water content, but the Philadelphia one is fine as long as you just remember to just drain off any excess fluid. Don't pre-beat the cream cheese. So you just put your cream cheese, you will need an electric mixer for this, or hand mixer at least, because it does take a bit of doing. So you just put your whole tub into your bowl, and then you start adding some icing sugar. I've pre-sifted mine with my very handy little icing sifting gadget, which sifts a ton of icing sugar very quickly. So that's been done, and now I'm just going to add, I'm not giving you quantities because it varies greatly between what cheese you use and how warm it is and how much moisture is in the air. This is one of those things that you add, mix and add a bit more as you go along, so it's sort of gradually get to the consistency that you like. So this is going now into the big stand mixer. Just takes it just takes the arm ache out of it. So I'll need to go in. The only problem is I do not have a splash guard. I keep meaning to buy one, but I haven't got one. And when you first turn it on, you do get a bit of a cloud from the icing sugar, but as long as you keep it on a low speed, it's fine. Now that's starting to mix in very nicely, but I think I probably will need to add a little bit more icing sugar. It's not going to be stiff enough for piping and spreading. The icing sugar is really well sifted. What you don't want is anything grainy in this, so you need your icing sugar sifted well. Okay, now as you can see, that's probably just a little bit too soft. It's still a little bit blobby going on there, so I'll just scrape it down. That's all this is. It's 2 ingredients, icing sugar and cream cheese. I've tried adding butter, I've tried adding vanilla essence, neither of which actually improve it, and in my opinion detract from that lovely cream cheese flavour. So I've scraped the bowl down now, and as you can see, although it's getting there, it's not quite stiff enough for piping. So we're going to add a bit more icing sugar, a couple of spoons, well I think we'll do 3 spoons, there we go. If you do over add and you make it too thick, which I have to say has not happened to me in a long time, as long as you just do it a bit at a time, you can actually add a bit of water, or you could add a bit of butter, or always a bit more cheap cream cheese. There we go. Scrape that down onto there. There we are. And off we go again. We're doing this on slow beats so that we don't get icing sugar absolutely everywhere and everybody ends up looking like it's Christmas. And you don't want to over whip it. The tendency with this, if you think, oh, I'm just going to really beat it, but actually what happens is the more you beat this, the runnier it gets. So what you want to do is just slowly mix it, and as soon as it looks like it's all mixed in smooth, stop your mixer. Okay, we're slightly thicker, but I'm still not quite happy with that. So we're gonna go for another 2 spoons. It really is trial and error, which is why I never give quantities for this. It's just do yourself a big bowl of sieved icing sugar and just keep adding as you go along. And anybody that's ever had my carrot cake will tell you there are some times where the icing is a bit too thin and there are some times where it's probably a bit too thick, but that flavour is always really good. Obviously if you're doing dairy free, then there are some good alternatives now to traditional cream cheeses. I find the one that works, now that is perfect. Can you see how that's just hanging? It's holding its shape. That's soft and perfect. Very happy with that. The one I use if I'm doing gluten-free and dairy-free, because there is no dairy in this. There are eggs, but there's no dairy. But obviously with the icing, if you're using cream cheese, then there is dairy. I use Violite, which is a dairy-free vegan alternative to cream cheese. It's a coconut-based one. Not that it tastes of coconut, and it's actually the one that gives the best results. I've tried them all. Some of them have got a really weird sort of chemical taste to them, and it's grainy and not very pleasant at all. But Violite stands up pretty well. Quite happy with that. So here we have some lovely cream cheese icing that is stiff enough to hold its form, to be piped or smoothed across the top of your cake. For a tray bake, I just smooth the top. I just literally put that on the top, trim off the edges, and then I draw a fork through it to give you those lovely lines that you see on a carrot cake. So I've put the icing on top of the carrot cake. The tray baker's just had it smoothed over, and like I told you before, just draw the fork through it, gives you some nice ripples and ridges. I've cut it. Oh, look at that sultana fell out. I've cut it. You can see how soft and squishy that is. I'm going to eat this bit in a minute. It's plain, simple. I've split the tray bake into 3 because I'm going to share it with some neighbours that we've been sharing plants and goodies with. So there's 2/3 going out of the house. 1/3 will stay. The cupcakes, well, I've just iced them. You can see how well that cream cheese icing holds its form. It stays very, very nicely. Plain and simple. Just put it in an icing bag. And a little tip for you girls, if you put your icing bag, I'm only using small ones, put your small icing bag in a tall 1-pint glass, smooth it down, slap it over the edges, put your icing in, and then lift it out, and you've got your icing in your icing bag, all ready to ice. I just ice very plainly, very simply, just a quick rosette. You can do pipe, tubes, swirls, make it as fancy as you like. For special occasions, I do make some little fondant carrots and pop those on the top because they look pretty. But for every day, I think it's absolutely lovely as it is. Some people like to decorate it with a bit of grated orange or nuts, and me, I don't. I just leave it. But you can go mad. Do what you like with it. It's it's up to you. But anyway, everyone, that's our little carrot cakes and our tray bake. And I have to tell you, it's lovely. Oh boy, I've been making it for years and I never get tired of it. I hope you enjoy it too. It's Penny. Bye.